Hello from the Bureau of Meteorology. Today is Tuesday the 27th of May. This is a national weather forecast, and of course we're focusing on tomorrow, which will be Wednesday. And there's been two major weather systems around the country this week, and both of them are just starting to lose their potency on Wednesday, just starting to fade away. So in the southeast, what has been very windy conditions will start to ease and relax tomorrow. And through central areas, this big broad band of rain, well, it still exists on Wednesday, but it gets a little bit smaller and the rainfall gets a little bit lighter, so it's also on the easing trend. Elsewhere on our map, a big high is building in the Bight, bringing settled weather through these areas here, and there's some action out to the west of the country. Not a big player for Wednesday's forecast, but this will move on to Australia over the next few days. Let's fly around the states, and we'll have dry weather through most of Queensland, although in the south it will be a fair bit cooler with a shift in wind direction. High of 24 degrees for Brisbane, just 17 up in Toowoomba. Milder further up the coast with the chance of a light shower around Townsville and Cairns. Inland we'll have some rain building, particularly after lunch in the far west. Wet around Birdsville, Mount Isa, maybe Longreach just to the very end of the day. Also note how cool those temperatures are with a high of 16 in Birdsville. Down to New South Wales, a much drier day here. It will still be a little chilly and a little bit breezy, particularly in the mountains and along the east coast, but the sun should be out for pretty much everyone. High of 19 degrees in Sydney. Rain will be absolutely minimal. There might be a millimetre or so in some of the western slopes and plains. Temperatures inland will be quite chilly at first, 2 degrees in Canberra, low single digits elsewhere, and then mild for the afternoon, near seasonal. A cool southwest flow blows across Victoria all through Wednesday, and that's going to keep maximum temperatures in the teens. The range is about 13 to 18 degrees right across the state, minimum temperatures in the single digits for many. A few showers are forecast through Gippsland and across Melbourne, maybe one or two light ones in the southwest as well, but it looks like there will be no rainfall north of the mountain ranges. Cool southwesterlies are also on the menu for Tasmania, so chilly temperatures here both early in the day and for those daily maximum temperatures in the afternoon. Chance of a morning shower for Hobart, and then in the second half of the day showers in the south and west, but it should stay dry across the north coast and about the state's northeast. Much more settled weather for South Australia on Wednesday after the dust, the wind, the storms of earlier on in the week. Cool southwesterlies keep temperatures in the teens right across the state. There's a chance of a bit of rain up in the very far north, but most of that rain will be north of the state border. And for Western Australia, a bit of a blustery day here. Cool in the morning, maybe a touch frosty in a few areas, then a mild afternoon, high teens to low 20s, but getting a bit windy with easterlies across the southern part of Western Australia. Do notice out to the west, there's a couple of bands of rain. They don't have a big impact on the weather yet, maybe a light shower for Carnarvon and Exmouth, but that wet weather will be working onto the country during the next few days. And a lot of the rain is up here. Morning wet weather throughout almost all of the territory, certainly the western top end and Darwin, down through the Gregory, the Tanami, and across these southern districts as well. That rain will start to clear up and move into Queensland for the second half of the day. I would also like to point out the temperatures across the territory, still fairly mild up in the north, high 20s and low 30s, pretty seasonal for this time of year, but it is exceptionally cold in southern parts of the state. High of just 11 degrees in Alice Springs, 13 degrees at the Rock, much cooler than usual, and that'll be a bit of a shock to locals and travellers alike in that part of the country. If you'd like to see the rest of the week and the weekend forecast, find your long range at the Bureau's website or BOM weather app. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.